Welcome to Bike Beat. The 2025 Honda Rebel 1100 is the kind of bike that makes you stop and stare, not just because of how it looks, but because of what it represents. Honda has taken its best-selling Rebel line, which earned a reputation for being approachable, affordable, and stylish in the smaller 300 and 500 sizes, and applied that same recipe to a full-size machine. But this isn't a simple upsizing exercise. Instead, the Rebel 1100 takes cues from both Honda's adventure line and its heritage cruisers, fusing them into something modern, muscular, and more versatile than most riders expect from a bike that calls itself a cruiser. At the heart of it all is Honda's 1,083 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled parallel twin engine. The specs alone tell you this isn't just for lazy Sunday puttering. 81 horsepower may not sound extreme compared to superbikes, but in a cruiser format it feels abundant. The torque curve is fat and friendly, delivering 68 pound-feet at just 5,000 RPM, so real-world acceleration is immediate and satisfying. Twist the throttle at city speeds and the Rebel lunges forward with authority, not the kind of hesitant buildup you sometimes feel in older cruisers. Its smooth too. Honda has refined this engine for years in the Africa Twin platform, so you get power that's predictable and usable from idle to redline. What makes the Rebel different from the pack is how it lets you access that power. The standard 6-speed manual is as slick and precise as we expect from Honda. Gear changes click in cleanly, and the clutch action is light enough that even in stop-and-go traffic you won't feel worn out. But for riders who want a different experience, Honda's dual-clutch transmission changes the game. At the push of a button, the Rebel 1100 DCT shifts seamlessly without a clutch lever, offering both full automatic drive and manual paddle shift control. In traffic, it's a revelation. You can just roll on and off the throttle without worrying about clutching. On the open road, you can flick through gears with a tap of your finger, keeping both hands firmly on the bars. Handling is another place where the Rebel 1100 surprises. Many cruisers lean heavily on style and straight-line stability, sacrificing agility. The Rebel instead feels light on its feet, thanks to thoughtful engineering that centralizes mass and trims excess weight. At just under 490 pounds for the base model, it's significantly lighter than big V-twin cruisers from Harley-Davidson or Indian. This translates into easy low-speed maneuvering, which is critical for city riders, and confidence when leaning into corners on backroads. The front 43mm fork offers over 5 inches of travel, and the rear dual shocks deliver about 3.7 inches. That may not sound like a lot compared to adventure bikes, but for a cruiser it's generous, giving the Rebel a more forgiving ride without feeling mushy. The braking system continues this blend of practicality and performance. A single 330mm front disc with a radial mount 4-piston caliper gives strong bite, while the 256mm rear disc balances things out. ABS is standard, and Honda also includes traction control and even wheelie control, features you rarely see on cruisers. Ride-by-wire throttle enables 4 riding modes: standard, sport, rain, and a customizable user mode. These let you tailor the power delivery and traction settings to your environment. Sunday ride, you can dial it up for sharper throttle response. Comfort is key in the cruiser world, and Honda has been listening to feedback. For 2025, they reshaped the seat, adding thicker foam and adjusting the ergonomics. The handlebars are a little closer and slightly higher, reducing reach strain, and the foot pegs are positioned for a relaxed stance without feeling extreme. The low 27.5 inch seat height means almost anyone can flatfoot at stops, making the bike accessible for newer riders or those with shorter inseams. Visually, the Rebel 1100 sticks to a stripped-down, blacked-out theme. The frame, engine, suspension components, and even the chain wear dark finishes, giving the bike a stealthy presence. The narrow tank-to-seat junction creates a slim profile that makes the bike look lean despite its engine size. Lighting is fully LED, with a modern yet classic round headlamp, tidy taillight, and minimalist indicators. For 2025, Honda introduced a new 5.5-inch color TFT display, replacing the older monochrome unit. The screen is crisp, easy to read in all light conditions, and integrates with Honda's RoadSync app. With a smartphone connected, you can get turn-by-turn navigation, manage calls, stream music, and even check weather. A USB-C port near the dash adds convenience for keeping devices charged on the go. Customization is part of cruiser culture, and Honda has leaned into it with multiple trims. The standard Rebel 1100 offers the core package at an accessible price. The DCT version adds automatic shifting convenience. The SA model goes further, with factory upgrades like bar-end mirrors, a bobbed front fender, fork boots, a diamond-stitched solo seat, and a headlight cowl, all giving it a custom vibe right off the showroom floor. The Rebel 1100T caters to riders who want more touring ability, adding a small fairing for wind protection and hard saddlebags for luggage. These factory options make it easier for riders to find the style and functionality they want without diving straight into aftermarket parts. On the road, the Rebel 1100 blends cruiser relaxation with a surprising dose of sportiness. In city traffic, the low seat and manageable weight make it easy to maneuver, and the wide bars provide leverage for quick direction changes. The engine's torque makes stoplight getaways effortless, and the DCT option makes commuting even smoother. Out on twisty backroads, the Rebel holds its line confidently, with enough lean angle to keep things fun before the pegs touch down. It's not a sport bike, but it doesn't feel like a lumbering cruiser either. On the highway, it settles into a steady rhythm, though the lack of a windscreen on the base model means extended freeway runs can get tiring. That's where the T model, with its fairing, comes into play. Fuel economy is respectable for a bike of this size, and with a 3.6-gallon tank you can expect reasonable range for commuting and short trips, though long-distance riders will find themselves stopping for gas more often than on larger touring bikes. The payoff is a lighter, more manageable machine that doesn't feel bloated or intimidating. Pricing is competitive, starting at $9,599 for the manual, $10,299 for the DCT, and around $11,099 for the SE trim. The Rebel 1100T begins closer to $10,799. Considering the engine performance, modern electronics, and Honda's build quality, these prices make the Rebel one of the strongest value propositions in the midsize to large cruiser segment. Rival bikes from Harley-Davidson or Indian often cost thousands more while offering fewer electronic features and less flexibility in transmission choice. Where the Rebel shines is in how it bridges gaps. It gives cruiser fans a modern, reliable platform without the bulk and cost of traditional American V-twins. It appeals to new riders stepping up from smaller bikes because it's approachable and easy to manage. And it satisfies experienced riders who want a blend of cruiser style and real-world performance. The technology suite makes it future-facing, and the design keeps it looking sharp without relying on nostalgia alone. It's not perfect. Rear suspension travel is still limited, so rough roads can get bumpy. The tank size limits long-haul range. Tall riders may feel cramped on the stock ergonomics. But these compromises are balanced by strengths that most competitors lack: a choice of transmissions, advanced electronics, strong performance, and Honda reliability. When you ride it, you don't just feel like you're on a cruiser, you feel like you're on your bike, tailored to your style and your needs. And that's what makes the Rebel 1100 stand out in 2025. Thanks for watching Bike Beat. Drop your thoughts in the comments, let us know if you take the manual or DCT, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the bikes that matter. Until next time, ride safe, ride free.